dividing integers relate to multiplying integers? Think about this question during the lesson. These people are using a machine drill to access water under the ground. If they drill the same distance each day for 4 days, what is the change in the location of the bottom of the hole each day? You can use a number line to represent the progress made each day. The water is 160 feet below ground level. What numbers can be added to the number line to represent progress of the drill? Write 0 to represent ground level, and negative 160 to represent the depth of the underground water. If you want to know how far the workers drilled each day, divide the total distance into equal parts to represent the days of drilling. The location of the bottom of the hole changed negative 40 feet, or 40 feet lower each day. Negative 40, negative 80, negative 120, and negative 160 feet. Which division problem can you use to represent the change each day on the number line?
Select your answer.
You can also use the inverse relationship between multiplication and division to solve this problem. Negative 160 divided by 4 is equal to an unknown quotient. Now, write a related multiplication equation. 4 times what number is equal to negative 160? 4 times negative 40 is equal to negative 160. So, negative 160 divided by 4 equals negative 40. Notice that dividing integers with different signs gives a negative quotient. The location of the bottom of the hole changed by negative 40 feet, or decreased by 40 feet each day. So, the sign of the quotient of two integers is related to the signs of the factors. The rules are identical to the rules for multiplying integers.
Suppose the machine drilled the same distance into the ground for 3 days and reached water at 84 feet below ground level. What was the change in the location of the bottom of the hole each day?
So we have here in our problem that they drill the same distance for 3 days. So same distance, 3 days, they reached 84 feet below ground level. So below ground level tells us negative 84. So because it is negative 84, 3 times what equals negative 84? So 3 times 28, negative 28 equals negative 84. So each day the location at the bottom of the hole changed by 28 feet, or decreased by negative 28 feet.
Simplify. Negative 27 divided by negative 3.
So one way is to use a related multiplication fact. Write division as a product with a missing factor. So negative 27 divided by negative 3 is equal to what? Negative 3 times what equals negative 27? We know 9 times 3 is 27. So negative 3 times 9 is equal to negative 27. So negative 27 divided by negative 3 is equal to 9. When dividing integers with the same sign, negative 27 and negative 3 are the same, the quotient or answer will be positive. Another way is using division expression as a fraction and use properties of operation. So write negative numbers as a product and then write as a product of fractions. So negative 27 over negative 3, and then you pull out the negative by making it negative 1 times 27, negative 1 times 3. So negative 1 times divided by negative 1 is 1. 27 divided by 3 is 9, and then 1 times 9 is 9, positive 9, and so negative 27 divided by negative 3 is equal to positive 9. We have here,
Simplify.
so let's look at, I'm going to do one of these. So we have I'll do A. A says negative 4 divided by negative 5. So I'm going to use the method of thinking of what times 5 equals 40. I know 5 times 8 is 40, so my answer will be 8, and it's going to be a positive 8 because both of these numbers are negative, so my quotient has to be a positive number, whereas with B, 40 divided by negative 5, there's only one negative, so my answer is going to be negative 8 because that's positive, so that would be my answer.
Which of the quotients are equivalent to negative 4 and 5/10? Justify your answer.
So negative 18 over 4 is equal to negative 18 divided by 4. 18 divided by 4 is 4.5, or 4 5/10, and that's a negative. So our quotient is negative. So that's why this one was equivalent. Negative 18 as the numerator and positive 4 on the bottom. Divide. My quotient is still negative 4 5/10. Negative 18 divided by negative 4. 18 divided by negative 4 still gives me negative 4 5/10 because one of my numbers is negative. So each one of these is equivalent to negative 4 5/10.
Which of the following are equivalent to negative 5? 55/11. Negative of the quantity 55/11. Negative 55/11. Negative 55 negative 11ths. 55 negative 11ths. Negative of the quantity negative 55 negative 11ths.
So we need to find which are equivalent to negative 5. So 55 divided by 11 is 5, and it's going to be positive 5. So that does not work. Negative outside of parentheses, 55 divided by 11 gives me 5. That negative being on the outside, it has to go into my answer at negative 5. Negative 55 divided by 11 is going to be 5, but it's going to be negative because my top number is negative. Negative 55 divided by negative 11 will be a positive 5, and it's going to stay positive because both of my numbers are negative. 55 divided by negative 11 is 5, and because one of them is negative, my quotient has to be negative. This last one says negative 55 over negative 11, and then there's also a negative on the outside of the parentheses. Both the negatives will give me a positive. However, on the outside there's that negative, so it adds it right back in. So these right here are not equivalent, but all of the rest are equivalent to negative 5.